we have any viewers right now, but what we can do is let's quickly tweet the link. Where's that tweet? Okay. Okay.
Okay,
So,
well, we're showing up.
yeah. Okay. So, should we start by saying who we are?
Yep.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So, where the hell is my computer's doing things right now? So, Ellie, you are going to be on Twitter duty.
Yep.
If you want to start tweeting things.
Yeah. Well.
So, because this is going to now be recorded, we are 4 corners of the bookshelf, minus 1 corner. So
We're 3 corners today.
We're 3 corners today, yeah. And Michelle is, otherwise occupied.
Yes.
By
it's her brother's birthday.
Family. Family. What is that? Okay, and if anyone hears strange noises, that would be my boyfriend playing computer games. He might get a bit carried away.
Yeah,
as he usually does.
Children making train noises outside, so I apologize if that's
Yeah, you might hear,
Okay.
sounds on my behalf, my roommate's asleep, and then there's college all around.
Okay, yeah, definitely then. Okay, so 4 corners of the bookshelf. This is our first chat. And every month we're going to be reading a different book that's typically got an international focus. That was the idea. Because we're international. So I'm Danny. I'm not English, but I'm in England. Okay? And then Michelle is Australian and in Australia.
I'm Allie. I'm also Australian, but I'm currently in the UK for a few more days before I move to Denmark. So
I'm Sierra. I'm American, and I'm still in America.
Yeah, well, at least we've got like most of the time zones covered there.
Yeah.
Making this awkward, especially for new college students who have to wake up early on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm tired. I don't have an excuse though. Actually, I have an excuse. It's just not a very good one. Some people were keeping me up until 4 o'clock in the morning. You know who you are. Okay, so have we got anyone joining us on Twitter? I don't know.
We will see.
I retweet. Okay, so our first book that we're reading, our first ever meeting, is Awakens. And I am the reason that we read this book because I got obsessed. And I think we all enjoyed it to varying degrees, right?
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
I think I reached stratospheric levels. Lost my mind a bit. So, what's this book about?
Well,
it's about Bala, who is a library apprentice in the capital city of the Solaris Empire. And one night, something happens. She gets called up to the library, because one of the princes is dying, and they don't know what to do, so they say that everyone who can read a book can go look for an answer, basically. And she spends all night researching. She's desperate to save the prince. Which prince? And he lives. And I don't think I've given away any spoilers there because that's like the first chapter.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, he lives. And this sort of, it sets off a chain of events where she realizes that she's not who she thinks she is, and she also needs to figure out who everyone else is as well. And it has magic, and it has princes, and it has rose gardens, and it's got two princes. I have my preferences. Certain other people have other preferences. Yeah. You guys got anything to add?
No, I think that was a pretty solid wrap-up.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so what was your initial impressions, guys? Like, what did you think first off, or when you first finished it? Like, what was your like all-encompassing feeling? I don't know if I'm making any sense.
You're making sense. I guess when I first finished it, I was really amazed by how good the writing was. I kind of wish there was more fantasy, but then the ending, it really gripped me, and I need book 2 in my life.
Yeah, I definitely need book 2 right now. And I think when I finished it, I'm pretty sure I just put the book down and then just stared at it for 5 minutes. What just happened? And then I think I messaged you.
Huh?
I think I messaged you after I finished it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I read it first out of all of us, and then I was putting a lot of updates on Goodreads, and yeah, got a bit crazy. Usually I don't do that though. Usually I put up every 50, 100 pages, or at the end of the night when I've finished reading, for that day, I'll say what page I'm on. I know that one of my coworkers likes to ask me the next morning what I was doing, because he follows me on Twitter, and it's a bit weird. But yeah, this book kind of set me off on one in a good way.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I was live updating my thoughts on it, which was actually made it a lot easier when I came to write the review.
Definitely.
Because I knew what I'd been feeling, and I don't usually do that, so I should probably start doing that for other books.
Yeah, I find it really useful actually when I go back to write the review, especially as I'm kind of behind on all my other reviews because I went into an Awakens cave and I think I've read 2 books since I finished Awakens, and I finished Awakens at the beginning of the month because I've just been all consumed. And I haven't reviewed the books. Actually, I reviewed the short story, the novella that I read, but I haven't reviewed everything, which is a shame because I really loved that book, but can't think about anything else.
I'll read out what Michelle sent to us about her thoughts, because she did send us notes about what she thought, even though she couldn't be here. So she said, I had trouble getting into the book to start with, and I feel that it is more my fault than the actual book, because I was in a little bit of a slump. After she'd gotten past the first 100 pages, she was enjoying it, and the last 50 pages broke her, and she had a massive anxiety attack on Facebook with me. It was great for me, not so much for her.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I was gripped from the beginning.
Apparently, it's repeating what we say, everything, like twice. So I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh, I've encountered this problem before.
Is that happening for everyone that's watching? Because I got that from the Stories on Twitter. So if people could tweet us and tell us if that's happening.
Just trying to like watch what's going on Twitter and do everything at the same time.
Yeah, Elise says she can hear us, which is good.
Oh yeah. Everyone, the author is with us. She has graced us with her presence. Sorry. Don't know if anyone can see, I had a bit of a mishap with my hair dye this morning.
No, you can't see it. Or I can't.
Okay. I've got splotches. They didn't blend. I don't know what I did. Actually, I know what I did. I tried dyeing my own hair. Which is... Yeah, see? Pretty... I was quite pleased, though, with how it ended up. It's all inspired by the book, by the way. Or book 2, rather. My Fire Prince. Any more problems coming up?
It's not repeating for Jamie Victoria.
Jamie!
Yeah.
Jamie, I've got something special for Jamie lined up later.
Yeah, and it's not for Elise either. So it must just be for the Stories. Yeah. I'm really sorry that's happening.
I've got my Coke addiction going on back there as well. Sorry.
Okay, move on then?
Yep. Awesome. Okay, so who is your favorite character, guys?
It'd probably be, I'm probably gonna butcher how I say her name, Laurel or Laurel. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been pronouncing it Laurel. I don't even know if that's correct or not, but Laurel sounds so like gonna have like the author tell me I'm doing it wrong. Waiting for bad reader. That's not how you pronounce it. Oh, so bad. But yeah, Laurel is so. Like, I see her as, like, wise spirit animal type.
Yes, definitely.
She knows everything.
Yeah, Michelle made a really
She's such a good influence.
Actually. Michelle's she's the only one that she trusts in, like, the whole book.
The whole book. Actually, you know what? I can go with that. I can, because she...
And Fritz.
Actually, no, that's not fair. Fritz.
Yeah, exactly. Fritz.
Fritz as well.
Yeah,
I have
my favorite.
Everyone else is a bit dodge.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so let's talk about the main character. So we've got Vala, she's the protagonist of the book. She works in a library. She's a bookworm, which of course we can connect to. She's very easy to connect to, I think. In fact, I've read the whole book thinking, this is me! But I can't be the only one, right?
No, I definitely thought that throughout the book. I just kept, wishing that she would kind of be a little more, like, badass. But she was definitely like me when it came to the whole book things.
Yeah, I loved the fact that she worked in a library because that is so cool. And it's just, like, you don't really see it in YA a lot. So it was sort of different to have that.
I'm just trying to see. Okay, and what I liked about the way it was written was that you sort of learned about what was going on. So Elise did this in such a sort of twisty, sneaky way. So she gives you little bits of information here and there, and you learn along with Vala.
Yeah.
And again, I am pronouncing that right, Fella. It's supposed to be like felt. Oh God, I can't pronounce anything now. I'm so tired. Valhara?
I haven't
Is that
got
how you
a
pronounce
message from Elise yet, being like, "You're saying everything wrong."
You are terrible
okay.
people. Oh God. Okay. What about Uldric? So he is the Sorcerer Prince. What do we think about him?
I thought he was very moody.
He was very moody. Yeah.
I don't know if I trust him. Like, I liked him, but I'm just sort of like, I feel like there's something going on there that we just don't know about yet.
Yeah, I mean,
the face you made then, I was like, oh God, she's gonna kill me. I've insulted her favorite character.
Yeah, my favorite character, my Uldric. No, but honestly, he's very like dark and twisty, and maybe I think I'm a bit dark and twisty as well. So I think I'm like yeah, I know you, Uldric. Like you, me, we're the same. I'm like the combination of Velda and Uldric. I'm Voldric. Yeah. Also, that's my OTP. Some people would disagree with that.
Yeah, Michelle.
But anyway. And yeah, I think I don't trust him much. I don't know. I don't always know what his intentions are. Especially at the end, where I'm not gonna say like exactly what was happening.
That's what made me.
But in that last, where I was like, why aren't you doing anything?
Yeah.
And I get that there are politics involved, but I was like, you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what
that
are you
really
doing?
got to me because I was like, why aren't you doing anything? And I love you, but
like,
I need you to.
Away.
So.
And yeah, but the thing is, he's really he admits that he's got issues.
Yeah.
He admits that he has problems, right? And he's like, stay away from me. I'm not good for you.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Belgic. Someone. Okay. Okay.
Know how to say their name.
What?
The next one.
Let's quickly talk about the other prince. So like Valder. We've got Jamie saying.
Yeah, favorite character.
We all know that. So let me see. Okay, I'm gonna try and see if this works now. I don't know if it will. That's not what I want to do. What? Max, why? I'm confusing myself now because I've got multiple screeny thingy-mabobbies everywhere. I need to share the picture of Valder for people to understand why Jamie is a bit upset. Let's see. Yeah, everyone, I don't know how to share this the right way, so yeah. There we go. We've got the two princes. So we've got there Loki and Thor. The appearances were what?
I can imagine them like that.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying.
I love what Michelle said about Balder, which was never trust the overly charming, which I think pretty much sums up how
I don't trust Balder. Like, I really don't.
I trust him less than Uldric.
I want to, but
just saying something.
There's probably a motive behind all his actions.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. I think maybe I have, like, assumptions and things going into this, because you always think, I think I've just read so many books and like, thought and heard about, like, if you look back at history, you've got the younger prince, who is the spare, and that can, people can get complexes from that and be like, oh, why does he get to be the emperor one day? What about me? And then he has to like prove himself, and so he's like, I'm gonna get all the ladies.
You kill lots of people in New York.
True. That's very true. Yeah. So yeah, this is, I guess, the images. We have to say that, I guess, in Avengers or the Thor world, Thor is the older brother, but in Awakens, Loki is the older brother. And by Loki, I mean Eldrick. And by Thor, I mean Baldur. But yeah, I think Jamie has a thing, and I think she's distracted by all the muscles.
A little bit obsessed, in her own words.
More than a little bit. Okay. Now, this one's for you, Ellie.
Oh.
Okay, that's not really for you. It's for me, but it's also for you. This is Fritz. Yeah. This is my Fritz. This is who I think Fritz should be played by. I see Fritz as Ed Sheeran, being like all cute and quirky, and I just want to squish him, squish the face.
And I see him as Ben Whishaw, who is gorgeous. And Elise said someone the other day, and I can't remember who it was now.
Sam, what's his face?
Oh yeah.
I think Sam, what's his face?
Claflin?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm really sorry, Jamie, that we're killing you.
I feel you, Jamie. I feel you.
What have we done? What have I done? Okay, I'm getting carried away. Oh, Jamie. I hate Baldur. I don't hate Baldur. No, I'm being extreme there. I like
him.
He's amusing. Yeah. He's amusing, but I would not trust him to have my back, you see.
When we were first introduced to him, I was a little, like, shady about him, but I like him. I just don't trust him.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be good to hang out with one night. Let's go for drinks.
That'd be fun, but...
You're not gonna... Yeah. I wouldn't trust you to, like, take me to the hospital.
I wouldn't trust you to get me home that night safely.
Oh, yes. Yes. I wouldn't trust him to not take advantage. He is... Yeah. He's down for a good time, shall we say. Okay. Okay, who haven't we talked about? So, let's talk about Sareem, guys.
I didn't like him.
Name right. Okay,
yeah,
like at all.
Like from the start, I didn't like him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was like, oh, he's a friend. He's sweet, I guess. And then I was just like, no, you just like creepy man.
Yeah, I've been in that situation. So I was just like, no, don't happen.
No, and I think people could have, like, I think there was almost like a love triangle thing going on there.
It's like a square.
Or at least Sareem wished there was a love triangle or something. But I don't know. He has
to go, so say goodbye.
Yeah. I think he's just a bit, oh god, there was that scene, it was so like, and I was like reading it going, no, don't make me read this. I'm trying to remember where it was. But yeah. And then when I went back and I reread some chapters again, and I read that scene, you guys know what scene I'm talking about, right? The really awkward scene.
Yeah.
The intentionally awkward scene. Not that Elise is a bad writer and she's like just an awkward person. I'm sure she can be, but
that's how you do it. Insult
me uncomfortable. She won't hate me, right? Sorry. I'm a bit hyper. Can anyone tell?
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, also, so okay, there was also Rowan.
Rowan.
Rowan. Okay. But I don't know. She was I kind of thought of her as a bit flitty. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Flitty, flighty. And she was like the scorned woman.
Yeah. She was.
Yeah, I can kind of see like this. But the thing is, this isn't an unrealistic situation. Bear in mind, because
No,
how many times have you seen a situation where you like one person? I mean, it's total a total possibility. It's more than likely that you will like one person, that person will like someone else, that person will like yet another person. What are the chances that two people both like each other at the same time?
Yeah, it's very rare.
As that likely. So you've got this like weird zigzag thing going on, and everyone is chasing after someone else. But yeah, like Rowan? No. Oh, I don't know anymore. That girl.
Yeah.
That girl. Yeah, she just seemed a bit. Like.
I liked her at the start when she
was
like an
baby.
actual
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah. She
And
just
then,
like got worse.
Yeah. And it's sad because I've had friends that have done that. That sort of like once they have like a boyfriend or a guy they like, they're a completely different person. And I think that's sort of what we saw there.
What about other people? Does anyone else like? Layla says Sareem was clingy and kind of too sentimental. Yes.
Yeah.
Clingy is a very good word for him.
Stifling and creepy clingy.
Creepy. Yeah. Is there a non-creepy clingy?
I don't know.
I just see I'm like scrolling through Twitter and I just see my face.
That's such great, like everyone is such a great screenshot.
Oh look, Elise even put like a Fritz picture. I still like Ed Sheeran.
Ben Whishaw.
But yeah, I can see it. I got it. Oh, just my face everywhere. This is so disturbing.
It's all over the internet.
Yeah, it's everywhere. We've got the Emperor and the Empress.
Yes.
I
don't like the Empress. Just want to say it. Like that whole like thing where she was like, "Oh, it's not appropriate." Like.
Yeah.
I want to swear. Can I swear?
Go for it.
To swear, guys?
I think everyone's like.
I think we're mature enough.
Yeah.
Please. Who do you think you are? Oh, the Empress. But, I mean, like, how it just shows ill breeding to me.
Yeah.
To be so, like, I don't know, to point out somebody else's poor or unfashionable clothing choices in public. That's just rude. Even if you're the Empress, I don't care if you're the Queen of Bloody Sheba. You don't do that. In fact, if you're the Empress and you've got, like, proper manners, you know not to do that, because I don't know, I'm not making any sense. And I've got, like, Downton Abbey going on in the back of my head with all the manners and stuff. Like, that is my reference. Downton Abbey. Yeah. Clearly, that's the right connection to make with this book. This book is nothing like Downton Abbey.
Michelle said that she doesn't really know enough about them to comment on them, which I agree with. I think if we got to see more of them in Fire Falling, just sort of like, I haven't really decided on them yet. Like, I don't really like them, but I don't really know anything about them either.
I know I don't like the Empress, but the Emperor, I'm like still forming an opinion on him.
Mm. Oh, we've got a question from Inez. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. And I should know how to pronounce that, right? Yeah. I just want to, like, that's kind of like my middle name, so I should know how to pronounce these names, but bad Danny. Can't pronounce anything right now. Okay, so next question.
Yep.
So the world and magic. So what did you guys think about the world building?
I thought Elise did a really great job. Like, for fantasy, it's very hard to build up a world that's, like, really good to read about, and I thought she did a really good job, and that was one of the reasons why I really liked this book, was because she did such a great job, like, writing this world.
Yeah, and I can't wait until the next book as well.
Yeah. I thought it was actually really unique, considering that a lot of people do elemental magic, like my book has that, and still it was like so different from anything that I'd ever read. So I really liked that.
Yeah. And I think maybe we should address this head on. The whole thing with the elemental magic and how Bala is like the first Windwalker in years. I know like some people picked up on the whole Avatar.
Yeah.
Avatar? It is Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar
the blue people.
Yeah.
But yeah, Avatar suddenly became like the blue people.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not right. But no, yeah, the last Airbender. And I think I did also make that connection at first, but then I think it took on a life of its own. I don't think it's entirely the same.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and yeah, I don't know. I think it's just coincidence that happened. I think because people don't write in a bubble, so you could have influences without knowing it, but I don't think there was any intention.
You're going to take things from everything that you've ever read or seen or even heard. And you don't do it on purpose, it just happens. Yeah,
because I had a similar thing with a book several months ago where I was like, well, this book sounds a lot like, or a certain thing happened that was very much like the Hunger Games. And the author actually contacted me on Twitter after I wrote that in my review, and he was like, I haven't read the Hunger Games. I was like, well, okay, interesting. And then he said, well, he could have, for a start, people don't write in bubbles. You have influences, even if it's just a trailer from a movie. How many times have you watched something, like just seen a trailer for something or an ad, and then that thing shows up in your dreams and stuff? Your brain is like all cray-cray. And also, sometimes it just makes sense for things to work out that way. It's just helpful for the story, for something, or for... Okay, so in the example I was using before, for example, I said the example word so many times now, I'm losing my mind. In that book, like, characters traveled across the country in a train. In Hunger Games, characters cross the country in a train.
In Divergent, characters cross the country in a train.
Oh, there we go. And it just so happens that that is the most convenient way of traveling. So, you're going to draw parallels, but that's not... Oh, God. Everyone's on trains.
Really hot.
Damn it. People walk across the country. I want to see that.
Well,
take a bicycle. Ride your bike from New York to LA.
Oh, my gosh.
That'll make for a very interesting story. Yeah. Better yet, pogo stick. No one's done that. Be unique. Have your own story. Cross the country on a pogo stick. Thank you.
That'll be our next book.
Okay, and so the magic as well. I liked the whole element thing because in a way it's quite simple, but it's also really, I don't know. I mean, do you guys ever like wish that you could control elements?
Oh yeah, all
Like,
the
have
time.
you ever? Okay, good. That's not. I like to think that I can control the weather. So when I lived in Japan and we had typhoons, I used to like pretend that I was controlling the winds. And look how fitting that is.
And you're a
I'm
windwalker.
I'm a windwalker, and it's quite clear because I like controlling the winds. Even though I can't, I tricked myself into thinking I can. So I'm like, the wind is going to blow really strong in 2 seconds, and then, like, by coincidence, that time, it blows really strong in 2 seconds. And I'm like, yes, clearly I am magic. I am a sorcerer. But what about you guys? So what were you in the quiz? Have you guys taken?
Yeah, I took the quiz, and I got a windwalker, and I kind of figured I'd get it, and, like, I think it stems from my love for X-Men. Like, I've always loved Storm and how she could, like, control the weather, and that was, like, my life goal, which, of course, didn't happen. But, like, I've always loved the wind, so I wasn't really surprised I got Windwalker.
Yeah, I got it too, and so did Michelle. And I did not think that I would get Windwalker.
How did all of us get Windwalker? What are the chances? What about everyone else?
Yeah, have I tweeted the link? No, I haven't. There we go.
And also, so Layla has said something.
There are no trains in Awakens.
Yeah, okay, I was talking about another book, but I was talking...
No, she went like...
I was trying to like say that authors are going to write similar things. There are so many books out there and so many stories, and it's not like every single element of every single book can be totally unique. You're gonna...
She's
I don't know,
totally
it's
going
like
for fantasy progress sticks.
Especially with the whole wind walking thing. Can you imagine how far you could jump on a pogo stick if you were a wind walker? Just saying. You could cross the country in a day.
This is the next book.
Yes, the next book. She will cross the country on a pogo stick.
A fantasy pogo stick.
And it'll double as a weapon because she can like jump off and just go.
A normal one could double as a weapon. These things are killer.
Layla has said that she thinks that the first book is mostly about the library and like introduction stuff, and that the real story is yet to come. So, correct me if I'm wrong, Ellie. I think there's supposed to be at least 5 books in this series, which works for me because it means that I can indulge myself for many, many years to come, hopefully. I'm going to cry when it's over. Fangirl moment.
Okay, are the stories as a water runner?
Okay, we've got a Fritzy. Fritzy too.
I think she tweeted about Fritz earlier too, saying he was her favorite, maybe? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh man, I love going through Twitter. I'm getting distracted now.
Yeah.
So Elise also said that the Hunger Games was a lot like Battle Royale, and I totally agree. Although I didn't read the novel, I watched the movie, which was quite gruesome. So if you guys would like to watch sort of gruesome-y movie, Japanese movie, watch Battle Royale. It's intense. What else have we got?
That's how Elise says it's her selling point, that there are no trains.
There are no trains. There are no trains, planes, or automobiles. Oh god, this is so funny. Okay, I'm getting carried away. What else? Let's see. I have to say, so, yeah, the Bond. Okay, let's talk about the Bond. That was interesting, the way it got created. Because,
I'm just going to put it out there,
know each other.
Bonds.
You hate Bond.
So,
I love reading that in your
much.
review.
So much.
So screwed for this. But it's so important.
Yeah, I get why it was done, but I don't. Yeah, it's sort
Oh
of.
God, am I the only one that likes the Bond here?
It kind of got to the point where I was just like, I've read this. There's always Bonds.
Yeah, like I hate when bonds are created and they're kind of like used as an excuse to like make the characters get closer and stuff like that. It makes me angry.
Well, I think in the coming books it's supposed to become, well, I think it gets explained more in the coming books, I think, and it'll, what's interesting is that it's not a common thing, so, and nobody really knows what it is, what a bond does and what it is, and they don't know what it does, and I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Elise is going to use it in a way that's going to blow all of our minds. But it just when it came up, I was just like, oh, here we go. Another Bond.
James Bond. Sorry. This James Bond thing comes up a lot in this book. Okay, for a start, disclaimer, there is no James Bond in the book. It's just that there's a Bond. And also there are two characters called Daniel and Craig.
Is Elise a really big fan of James Bond? Because that would make my day.
No, I didn't even put that together.
She didn't either until I was like, so do you like James Bond? And she's like, no. And it was so funny because, well, okay, again, she said that, the names sounded right together when I pointed it out, and it could have been that she was, like, unconsciously influenced. Well, she'd heard the name Daniel Craig before, and so she thought, Daniel and Craig sound good together. Just note, what's really funny, Danielle, okay, and then my coworker that sits across from me, his name is Craig, so I thought that was funny. When I was reading, I was like, oh, look, we're in the book. Yeah. Okay, so Elise says that the final series should be 5 to 6 books, she thinks. I think we can keep adding books onto that. Maybe just write them for me. just throw things at me. Throw your random one-page drafts of random scenes, and I will be like, it's raining. It's raining Mildred on me. Sorry. Fan girl. Okay. The Bond. Yeah. I think we've only just seen like a little bit of every little thing. So
there's a lot that can happen in that.
Yeah.
There's a lot that can be explored. So we really have no idea where that's going to go.
Yeah. Oh, and also, can I just say, did anyone else get like frustrated with the sexual tension in this book?
Yes. Moments.
Like, yeah.
The moments that
there needs to be more moments.
When you just, you curl your fist up like, why? Just happen already.
I think like my catchphrase is just like, now kiss. Now kiss. Yeah. Especially like at the end. Well, not actually the end. That was the thing. Okay, like plot-wise, what I thought was going to be like the climax, the big finish, the big problem, and then it wasn't, and I was like,
yeah, no, I thought, without spoiling, like that moment, you guys know what I mean. Yeah. The big thing that happens. I thought, oh, this is going to be the end.
It's going down, man.
But then no, it's like, we'll just keep going. And I liked that because I don't think it would have been a good start for the next book.
Yeah.
And
True.
I think how it ends now, that's gonna be it's gonna be pain. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I love this little, oh my god, James Bond. Yep.
Yeah, and there are no trains in Awakens. There are, however, spy.
I love that. Oh, this is so good. This is so much fun. We should do this more often, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and someone didn't even pick up on the James Bond thing. Living under a rock. Man. James Bond, Daniel Craig. I just had this is, okay, guys, I don't even like Daniel Craig as James Bond. The original, when I was growing up, the original, James Bond for me was Pierce Brosnan, and that became my James Bond, right? Yeah. And then Daniel Craig came along, and he's got this, small head to body ratio.
I think he just looks weird. But that being said, I really love
the scene where he comes out of the ocean. Sorry.
I've only ever seen the last James Bond movie, so I don't really have an opinion.
You're such a young one. The little baby of the group. Poor little... Sorry, that's me stroking your little head on the screen.
We talk about the ending?
Should we talk about it without giving anything away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone else, at the end, where she changed her appearance, was anyone else yeah, warrior time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely, a warrior moment. I was like, oh, she's definitely going to be, a badass in the next book. This is how you know that she's really changing. She's going to be hardcore.
I was waiting, the whole book for that moment where she would, snap into that.
Yeah, but the thing is, she's not even... So I'm going to draw a comparison to Shatter Me. Some people will be happy about this. So at the end of the first Shatter Me book where she's like, I am powerful and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes! It's not really the same with Air Awakens. Yeah, again in the next book. Yeah, in Air Awakens, it's more she's I'm powerful, but my life has totally changed, and she's sort of I don't know. Things have it's all broken down for her basically.
Yeah, I think
her life is totally changed, and not necessarily for the best.
Yeah.
She's a badass, but she's still realistic about it.
Yeah. She's so clever. Ellie, lost you. Talk to me, Ellie.
Working.
Okay, I can hear you now. Okay.
I think it just froze for a moment. Because you were still talking, but there was no...
Yeah. There were no words coming out of your mouth. Just face movements.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so did you guys see the ending coming? Have you asked the Twitter thing that?
I'm just about to post it.
Yeah.
So, I kind of saw it coming.
Layla, funny. You kind of saw it coming.
Yeah,
How'd you mean?
There were, aspects of it that I knew were, gonna happen, just not exactly, how it was gonna happen. I just kind of, felt some things were bound to happen.
Yeah, I thought, okay, she's going to go through something, she's going to have to change.
Yeah.
So I saw that coming. But I did not see the climax after the climax thing.
Yeah. I did not.
The fake red herring climax.
Yeah, I
thought
didn't see
that was going to be.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the end. I thought they were just going to draw that out. But...
Yeah. I have to read this out. So Layla says that her best moment was the stairs when he asked her about her sexual life. I was like, awkward. I loved that. And I didn't love it at the same time because I was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
But apparently, I think he had motives for that. As later, I don't know. I think I couldn't decide if he was doing that just because he honestly didn't think that it was inappropriate to say things like that, or if there was something that he was trying to get at with that comment. But like you don't say things like that. You don't like.
Just made the best reply to the last question,
What?
question 7. Oh, I totally saw the ending coming.
Ha ha ha! So funny. You're hilarious, Elise. She knows how this is all gonna end.
Yeah.
And she's just dangling it above our head, being like, oh, by the way, this was like the casualty of my hair war this morning. I should probably wash that off. Sorry. In case you were wondering why there were things on my arm. But yeah, like my relationship with Elise, I think right now is like her, dangling chocolate bars above my head. I was gonna say like carrots or something, but no, chocolate bars would work better.
Yeah.
Just like, give me more, feed me. Yeah. Desperate. Obsessed. Voldrick. Oh, amazing. Okay. What else? Oh, should we talk about what we think might happen in Fire Falling?
Firstly, if you haven't seen the cover and you're watching this, go look at it now.
Oh, hold on, I can do that. I can make things happen. I can make things happen. Maybe. Come on. Oh, man. I really need to learn how to use technology, which is scary to say since I work in IT. So there we go. Is that not gorgeous? I mean, look at the detail on that armor. That is amazing. What is that? Who's screeching?
Yeah, that was my roommate walking in.
Okay. Funny. Amazing. Okay, but yeah. Just look at the gold on his armor.
It's just
somebody did that. Somebody digitally painted that. That's incredible.
There's so much detail.
It would have taken forever.
And I don't even want to think about how long that took. And then look at her expression.
I know.
Her face looks like Natalie Portman, just saying. But yeah, I think she looks so cool.
She looks very fierce.
Yeah.
Yes. Fierce. Exactly. But yeah, so you can kind of guess from this book, kind of spoilery.
Yeah, that's what Layla said.
Yeah, you can see
sorry if
that there's some. Yeah, sorry guys, if you haven't read Awakens, you should go read it. You can watch the recording later. Go get on it, read it, and come back. But you can tell that from that she's going to have to wear armor for some reason. I don't really want to say anything besides that. But yeah, she's amazing. Oh,
yeah,
I love Vala.
What we want to see in Fire Falling.
I want to have more moments.
Yeah, more moments.
No kiss. Yeah. And more.
I want more badass moments too.
Yes.
I want her to fight.
Yeah.
I want
don't
her
really
to
care
spar
who
with
is.
Aldrich. No, but like, think about like, like if they're fighting, so that he's
that can
training.
Be interesting with the bond.
Yes.
Yeah, the magic and the fire and the wind and like they could create like things together.
Like fire tornado.
Yeah.
Fire tornadoes. Would that not be cool? Guys, amazing.
There are no trains in this book, but there are fire tornadoes.
I wish. There are no trains in this book, and there's also no kissing.
Yeah.
Elise likes to ruin everything. Not everything, but moments. Moments. Ruining my moments since 2015. My computer's decided it's not going to scroll. I can't look at Twitter anymore. This is bad. Depressing. Somebody else look at Twitter for me.
We're almost at the end anyway.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Also, like, okay, so you know how we kind of had like a almost potential love triangle thing in Awakens?
Yeah.
I think that there is going to be something like that in Fire Falling. Because
yeah, I don't know if I want it to happen though. Like,
I think
I'm
it's
so
gonna
like
happen, but I think we all know who is Endgame if we're being real with ourselves.
Yeah, let's be honest.
We actually have someone watching that hasn't read Awakens. That saddens me. Go watch it. Watch it. Read it. When they make the movie, we can watch it then. Oh man. I wish they would
We'll
the movie.
We'll reenact the movie for them.
Yeah.
Next month on Four Corners.
Next month on Four Corners. Yes. Okay. I'll share my screen again. How's that? Look at that. I think. Come on.
No.
Share.
It's still your face.
There we go.
There.
So, Awakens is amazing. But next time, is that right? Have I got this right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's the 19th.
Okay.
I've got it right here too.
Oh yeah, I put my book somewhere. I'm sad because you and I, Ellie, we went and bought this book together, and they only had that yellow cover, and I'm looking now at this colorful cover, and I'm sad because I like colorful things.
Yeah, that one.
I want the rainbow. Oh, is that the hardcover?
Yeah.
Man, I couldn't have afforded that hardcover.
Yeah,
you and I spent so much money. I spent so much money in July. I'm still suffering. That's why I'm on a book ban this month, which has been hard. Okay, so it's on September the 19th, so it's the third Saturday of every month that we're going to be having these chats. We'll be reading the book probably in the third week of September at our own, whenever we can.
Yeah.
It's already started.
In the Goodreads group, it's marked that we start on the 1st September, but you can start like whenever.
Yeah,
whenever. And we'll also be hosting a competition. So, because I haven't read the book, so I feel like
I haven't either, but
I haven't
marked
either,
some pages to show what we meant. It's like it's supposed to be very artistic, and it's got like paint stuff in there,
pretty.
and these cool like